Welcome to Newslaundry Chhota Hafta. For the full episode, subscribe because it is behind the paywall and only subscribers get access to uncut, complete content. Newslaundry Hafta is our weekly wrap of all that made the news, all that didn't, and all that should have and all that shouldn't have. We agree, we disagree, we critique, and occasionally we beat each other up. But it's all good fun. Subscribe.
This is a Newslaundry podcast and you're listening to NL Hafta.
अंग्रेज अपना लगान और न्यूज लॉन्ड्री अपना हफ्ता कभी नहीं भूलते. We are back with another exciting action-packed episode of NL Hafta. Abhinandan's on leave, so I'm going to be your host this week, and hopefully we get you a lot of interesting insights. Last week we spoke at length about Sri Lanka, and today we are going to speak about Arnab Goswami's favorite country, Pakistan.
Yes, of course.
We have a really special guest joining us all the way from Islamabad, Saqib Tanveer. Very warm welcome, Saqib.
Thank you. Nice to be here.
Saqib is a journalist. He's associated with the Independent Urdu. He's also the founder of Factnama, which is a Pakistan-based fact-checking portal. And in-house, I have with us Raman sir. Hello, sir. Great to have you.
Hi.
And we have Meghnad, who's cross-diving into Hafta and Charcha both.
Yeah, this is a crossover episode.
Before we get into the discussion, I have a couple of announcements. We have a new page for subscribers, so please send your letters to our show there. It's newslaundry.com/podcast-letters. All your letters can come there and we'll read them out. And you can also, of course, send us your feedback on podcasts@newslaundry.com. We have an NL recess on Saturday. This is Amitava Kumar. I've also done an interview with him a while ago, so you can check that out. He's an author. He's really interesting, very fabulous person. This is on Saturday, 9th of April at 7 p.m. We will be discussing his works. Chitranshu is hosting this, so please catch us on NL recess. Don't miss this episode. Amitav is a real fun person, so I think you'll have a fun chat. It'll be a fun Saturday evening. Let's get into the headlines of the week. Meghnad, shall we? Yes. I'll read out quickly everything that's been happening in and around India. Journalists were attacked during Burari Hindu Mahapanchayat, where anti-Muslim speeches were made. 2 of our journalists from Newslaundry, 2 were manhandled and attacked. We filed an FIR with the Delhi police. Our reporters have gone there and given their statements, and a case is going to be on. Hopefully, it doesn't just get forgotten, and we do logically.
The police are investigating, and I think they have swiftly moved so far.
Yeah.
Of course, no arrests have been made, but people have been identified. Maybe they are consolidating their case, getting material evidence before the arrest.
Shivangi and Ronak were the people on ground.
Yeah.
Ronak is our producer, Shivangi is our reporter. And there was a very weird incident that also happened where the Preet, who was the JNU case, he was one of the accused. He called out Shivangi's name from the stage. So that is how the scary situation
Shivangi
evolved.
has been reporting on the Hindu Mahapanchayat. She had done a video report last year, which actually became basis of evidence for Delhi police in a hate speech case against these Hindu Mahapanchayat folks. So she was recognized for that work in a not a very nice way.
Yeah.
The Mahapanchayat has already seen 4 FIRs filed in relation to this. So I hope this case is really taken seriously,
And the
because
police
journalists
has
being
also
attacked in the
filed
capital is just... I mean, if you're not safe here, then where are we safe?
The police has also filed an FIR against some journalists for spreading misinformation as
Article 14 journalist.
Yeah.
And he had basically hinted at in the tweet that they're being profiled. I think that is one of the reasons. Though police hasn't specified which tweet, but there's also a case filed on journalist.
Because they said, I think, since we were Muslims,
so we were attacked.
Yeah, so they're saying you're spreading enmity and ill will by giving it a communal color, whereas we didn't, whatever.
The whole entire event had a communal color, so uska kya matlab?
उसमें
My
अभी कोई
God.
arrest नहीं है, उसमें कोई arrest
उसमें
नहीं
कोई
है.
नहीं.
उसमें कोई
FIR तो
इल्ल
है
नहीं.
शायद.
Ridiculous.
Communal clashes broke out in Rajasthan's Karoli on Saturday, April 2 evening after stones were pelted at a motorcycle rally taken out to celebrate the Hindu New Year. 46 people have been arrested, 7 have been detained after clashes. The rally was going celebrating Nav Samvatsar and was passing through a Muslim-dominated area where stones were pelted. There's large-scale damage. Shops gutted down. There's also that viral image of a cop who saved a child and a woman. That was, it was heartening to just see something come out in this week that has been horrid. But a very, very bad situation there. Rajasthan Chief Minister Ashok Gehlot, of course, has blamed the BJP for this. But the fact is that his police is in charge. It's his government. He is responsible for any law and order issues. So he needs to take this seriously, even if we are to look at the role of polarization by BJP. Remove speakers in mosques. That's Raj Thackeray in Maharashtra. Meanwhile, BJP leader Devendra Fadnavis has also targeted Chief Minister Uddhav Thackeray, saying that if he doesn't act on loudspeakers, he's a pseudo-secular.
My God, where have we come? Shiv
Yeah.
Sena ko accuse kar rahe ho ki aap pseudo-secular
Or
ho.
Raj Thackeray. Mosques in Karnataka have started receiving notices from police to use their loudspeakers within the permissible decibel levels and not to violate noise pollution rules. Delhi Jal Board has cancelled a 2-hour break for Muslim employees during Ramzan after opposition from the BJP. We can discuss this later. Several meat shops in Delhi shut after Mayor ordered Navratri ban, saying that 99% of Hindus don't eat meat and this is hurting our sentiments. He also mentioned Durga Puja, though Durga Puja meat eating is a big part of Durga Puja. Like that, literally in pandals where you go, you eat meat and chicken, and it's not a taboo. Also very North and sort of West Indian ritual, this vegetarianism during Navratri.
Absolutely.
Or during the festival for the goddess. It's not the case in the
I'm
Northeast.
now an official Bengali son-in-law. So whenever I go for Durga Puja, it's like a feast all the time, right? Like multiple types of meats, multiple types of everything, and you're feasting on it for like whatever days.
Now, the mayor has been holding forth on a complete ban and warning of penalties. Officials in SDMC's Press and Information Department clarified that no order has been issued in this regard so far. So, this is not an order. This is just a wishful letter being shot off, but very calculatedly done. And it has resulted in business loss, in shops shutting down, and fear among people for being targeted if they don't follow this suggestion, quote unquote.
Also, related headline to this, East Delhi Municipal Corporation has also issued a similar letter. The mayor has. We'll talk about that more in the episode. Petrol and diesel prices have been hiked for the 13th time in 2 weeks. Now it's up by 10 rupees. In Delhi, it's 104 per litre. And in Bombay, it's 120. That very...
Because the state excise
state excise is also there. On Sunday, Pakistani President Arif Alvi has dissolved the country's parliamentary assembly on the advice of the country's Prime Minister Imran Khan. Essentially, basically there is a constitutional crisis going on in Pakistan, which we will discuss about with our guest in detail. The government has blocked 22 YouTube-based news channels, 3 Twitter accounts, 1 Facebook account, and 1 news website for allegedly spreading disinformation about India's national security and foreign relations. This is information that was given by the Broadcasting Ministry in Parliament. I mean, we knew that the government was doing this, but this is, I think, the first time they're officially admitting and giving numbers. Over 600 government social media handles have been hacked in 5 years. That was another related question that was answered by the Broadcasting Ministry as well. Amnesty India chair Akar Patel was stopped at Bangalore airport from travelling to the US.
Even Rana was, and she sought relief from the court and was given. She was told that she can travel. Rana Ayub.
From what I understand, Akar Patel had already gotten a court order saying that he can't be stopped. Yes. And he was, despite that he was stopped.
That's what he's asking now, कि भाई damages pay करो. मेरा ticket का क्या होगा? मतलब you can't just on a whim just stop, then not stop. Don't let them go.
Yeah. And finally, the ED has been quite active lately. Sanjay Raut's wife's property has been attached in a money laundering case. And Raut has said, seize my property, shoot me or send me to jail. I will expose everyone after the ED action. So, like, there is a tussle between the centre and the Maharashtra state government right now.
And in our neighbouring country of Sri Lanka, the president Rajapaksa has revoked the state of emergency with immediate effect. And our friends in Sudarshan also made news this week for barging into a Haldiram store and heckling a store manager and saying कि ये उर्दू में क्यों लिखा है. She was pointing at a namkeen packet which is exported to the UAE. Which has Arabic written on it because that's the rule.
Right. And also she asked, ये हरा क्यों है?
हरा क्यों है? इसमें बीफ का तेल यूज करा है. बीफ का तेल पता नहीं क्या होता है. गाय का तेल यूज करा है. क्या छुपा रहे हो? मतलब, and that woman is just proud of what she's done, you know. It's
Funnily
so
enough,
embarrassing.
I was checking.
So embarrassing.
I don't know how.
She is also called journalist.
It's absolutely pathetic.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's get to our discussions on Pakistan. We have a really action-packed episode this week, hopefully. Can you tell us briefly what were the trigger points of this current crisis in Pakistan?
So, essentially, it has been a total farce since the past week or so. It has been cataclysmic to the extent that Pakistan is currently reeling with a constitutional crisis. But if you were to go back to how it all started, I think it's down to the past 4 weeks when the opposition they've had enough of Imran Khan's government, especially his accountability drive, and that's when they started to come up with the no confidence motion against them. So essentially, there was a divide in the opposition in terms of how to go about removing Imran Khan. Somebody wanted fresh elections, somebody wanted this no confidence motion, etc. But eventually, they came to a consensus.
But one of the other trigger points that I read about was Imran Khan's visit to Ukraine. Russia, not Ukraine, but it was on the day when the invasion started, and he came out and he said that it is such an exciting time to be here to the camera, etc. And that became quite big news even here in India as well. So and also his refusal to sort of call out Russia on what they were doing, right?
I think that's not a factor because whenever you look at Pakistan-US relations, you have to look at them in a context, and all the regime change in Pakistan, or all the changes, especially when it comes to the US, that has happened. It has come at a point when the US needed Pakistan, or they needed to increase their foothold in the region. Right now, the US has withdrawn from Afghanistan. They don't care about Pakistan. President Biden hasn't called Imran Khan yet. So in terms of relationships or what the US want from Pakistan, it's very minimal.
So what is the public perception to the entire political context? Do they want Imran Khan, or do they want him out?
Like in all of this, we talk a lot about army, ISI, government, but what's the public mood like from what you're getting up?
So,
does he have a lot of support, Imran, among people?
So he has a huge following, but if you want me to give me in terms of numbers, if elections were to happen today, and that's just not me, essentially everybody says that, even people in the PTI say that, if elections were to happen today, it's Nawaz Sharif. It's Nawaz Sharif's government.
Oh.
So what is the state of opposition? I mean, like in India, we have Gandhi family, so you have Bhutto and Sharif. So if we can speak, I mean, how did they get together? Also, I mean, do you see that the army, this opposition who moved this motion, they have a clear backing of the army?
As a Pakistani, it hurts to see the country in this position, because when a democratic government comes up with a coup, not a democratic coup, but a civilian coup, then that's really disturbing.
It is an auspicious time for many people in India. There's the Ramzan, there's Navratri happening, and many people observing both these festivals. And along with that, a lot of disturbing news has come in especially in North India. Karnataka, of course, which is soon becoming the Uttar Pradesh of the South.
This is basically happening because our legal system has completely failed in noting that these people are the ones who are spreading hate. So when it comes to the hate speech, even if they register a case, but no action on ground, you can see. I mean, for example, we had this Mahapanchayat recently. No FIR has been filed. I think the police must be acting on it, but the immediate prevention requires the immediate arrest of such people.
And I think even in the Delhi case, like one thing that Raman sir pointed out, that the anarchy and the impunity with which people can function, and the other side to it is the fear among minorities, because Delhi had this silly mayor say कि 99% लोगों का लोग vegetarian होते हैं and their feelings feel hurt during Navratri. So you must shut meat shops. Now that is just a suggestion. It's not an order. Yet when our reporters went to INA and prominent Delhi markets, most people were scared and they shut shop.
There will always be these elements, right? There will always be these crazies like the one we saw in Haridwar or this Hindu Mahapanchayat, who are like radicalized to an extent where they will go out and say whatever. हमको लॉ का कुछ फर्क नहीं पड़ता एक्सेट्रा. ऑन वन हैंड देयर इज इम्प्यूनिटी कि लॉ एंड ऑर्डर कुछ चल नहीं रहा है उन पे, लाइक दे आर जस्ट लाइक हाँ हम तो सेफ है, हमारी गवर्नमेंट है, हम कुछ भी बोलेंगे, राइट? बट ऑन द अदर हैंड these are people who also get violent sometimes, right, in particular pockets in different areas in different states. What happens really after that is that this is picked up by the media, and amplified to spread the hatred further, to spread the message further. And on the second hand, like BJP will use this incident as a political tool.
All of you listening in, the Chhota Hafta, do subscribe so you can listen to the entire Hafta. We will see you again next week with the Hafta. Till then, subscribe, pay to keep news free, because when the public pays, the public is served. When advertisers pay, advertisers are served. Thank you. Goodbye.
All the News Laundry podcasts are available on Stitcher, iTunes, and any other podcast platform.
Please subscribe to News Laundry. Help us keep news independent. To catch all our podcasts on news, pop culture, current affairs, and sport, visit newslaundry.com. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Sun liya Afrika, mufat khoro. Not to brag or anything, but News Laundry Hafta features in the top 50 in the world on SoundCloud in the news and politics category for podcasts. So do subscribe and see what you're missing, because when the public pays, the public is served. When advertisers pay, advertisers are served. Subscribe, help keep news independent and free. All News Laundry podcasts are available on iTunes and Stitcher and any other podcast platform.